Greetings and welcome. This is Rajiv Makni. The show is the Cell Guru Show, and I've got an epic show for you. Samsung, OnePlus, we've got a new game, we've got stuff from Boat. So lots happening. We'll start off with this. The Samsung Galaxy M14 5G, brand new phone, 5G smartphone from Samsung, 6.6-inch FHD Plus display, Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection, massive 6000 mAh battery. I mean, it's not the thinnest phone in the world, but for 6000 mAh, it's great. Exynos 1330 processor. And then our big story for the day, the OnePlus Pad. OnePlus' first attempt at a tablet. Beautiful premium tablet, maybe the best in Android tablets. 11.6-inch 144Hz display, MediaTek Dimensity 9000 processor, 9510 mAh battery, keyboard and stylus available for purchase separately. So in all, if you put it all together, it's fantastic. Then we'll review the Boat Rockerz 551 ANC headphones, latest wireless headphone by Boat, 40mm drivers, active noise cancellation, 100 hours of playback time. And our game review is the Honkai Star Rail, new game by Hoyoverse, science fiction adventure game that we all really loved. And who is it by? The creators of Genshin Impact. So this is a legacy game. Must try if you like campaigns with a good story. So great Cell Guru Show. Let's get started. Our top story today is the review of the Samsung Galaxy M14 5G. Now, just launched phone, a 5G phone by Samsung. Very minimalistic design, typical Samsung, nothing out of place. Good screen. It's a Samsung, so it has to have a really great screen. 6.6-inch FHD Plus display. Camera, again, Samsung level, 50 megapixel plus 2 megapixel depth sensor plus 2 megapixel macro. So, other than the main camera, the other two are just about okay. Large 6000 mAh battery, 25-watt charging, 90 Hz refresh rate on the screen. Prices start off at about 13,000 rupees.
Samsung has launched their all-new budget smartphone, the Samsung Galaxy M14. Though this space is always a tricky one, as there are trade-offs involved to make phones affordable, Samsung has done their best to pack the phone with the essentials required to make a decent budget smartphone. But have they succeeded? Let's find out. Samsung has kept the design of the phone very simple. You get a plain back with a metallic finish and your camera system's on the left. This minimalistic design has become Samsung's go-to design language in their recent phones. The side and the back is a single case, so you won't see any divisions between the side and the back of the phone. The phone has a Type-C port, speaker grill and microphone at the bottom. The fingerprint scanner is embedded in the power button on the right side of the phone and the dual SIM card slot with a dedicated SD card slot. The top has the secondary microphone. The phone is a little heavy, weighing in at about 200 grams, but we'll get to the reason for that later. The display is a 6.6-inch FHD plus LCD display. What's notable is that it is a PLS LCD, which is better than an IPS LCD display. So the colors, black point, contrasts you get on this screen is much better than LCD displays, which makes for a pleasant viewing experience. The 90 Hz refresh rate, which is rare for this price segment, is nice to have. The animations also look quite smooth. The downside of the display is that it has poor usability under sunlight. The phone sports a mono speaker which is loud enough for your basic multimedia needs. The phone is powered by Samsung's Exynos 1330 processor, which is based on a 5nm platform, which means it's power efficient. The processor performs quite well when it comes to handling day-to-day tasks such as watching videos, browsing the web, messaging, and bidding your time on social media. The processor does struggle with heavy games and faces issues with heating. So if a gaming device is what you're out shopping for, then you might want to avoid this phone. There are two RAM variants available, 4GB by 128GB and 6GB by 256GB. Storage is expandable to 1TB via the dedicated SD card slot. The connectivity options are pretty good too. You get dual SIM card slots and 13 bands of 5G support. The camera system is a 50MP primary camera with a 2MP depth sensor and 2MP macro camera. The primary camera does a great job at capturing true-to-life colors. There is very little noise and you get decent dynamic range and sharpness. For its price, the primary camera is one of the best out there. The front camera is a 13MP sensor which takes nice selfies when there's sufficient light. The skin tones look natural. The camera app is quite easy to navigate and you even get a Pro mode. Remember we said the phone was bulky? Well, the culprit is a massive 6000 mAh battery. This battery coupled with the power-efficient processor on this phone should give you 2 days worth of battery life, even with moderate usage. The phone supports 25-watt charging, but Samsung does not provide the charging brick in the box. For a budget phone, we found this quite odd. The Galaxy M14 comes with Android-based One UI, which is quite clean and free of bloatware. Samsung offers 2 generations of OS updates and 4 years of security patches, which is great. Overall, Samsung has provided the phone with the essentials of a good budget phone. You get a large battery, a nice display, a good primary camera, expandable storage, and a whole lot more. Apart from the gaming performance of the phone and the 2MP macro camera, that is more or less redundant. The Samsung Galaxy M14 is a considerable upgrade over its predecessor and definitely a worthy option, with prices starting at $13,990.
And now let's move on to our big story. I'm declaring it right now. This is a big declaration. I'm holding in my hand the OnePlus Pad. This is the best Android tablet in the market. 11.6-inch LCD display, MediaTek Dimensity 9000 processor. So the processor is on fire. Really powerful stuff for a tablet. You can have cellular data sharing on this. Very impressive 4-speaker system that they've set up in this. Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. So multimedia is fantastic. Screen 144 Hz refresh rate on a tablet. Beautiful 9510 mAh battery. 67-watt fast charging on a tablet. The camera also pretty good. 13-megapixel camera plus 8-megapixel front camera, right in the middle where it should be. Prices start off at about 37,000 rupees.
OnePlus has just expanded its portfolio and launched their first ever pad. The Android tablet market so far has been dominated by the likes of Samsung and Xiaomi. Outside of the Android ecosystem, Apple's iPads are unparalleled, so having some fresh competition in the game is always a good thing. But can OnePlus carry on its flagship killer legacy and take the prize for the best tablet in the market? Let's find out. OnePlus has launched the pad in just one color, the Halo Green. It has a matte finish back with a pattern on it and overall it looks quite nice. The pad is quite slim at only 6.7 mm of thickness. It has a slight curve in the back and the front which gives you good grip. The camera has been placed in the horizontal orientation. We find that the 3.5 mm headphone jack is missing here, which is a disappointment. There's also no SIM card slot. On the side we get the volume rocker and the power button is on the top. On the business end of things, we get a 11.6-inch 2K resolution display unit with a 144Hz refresh rate. The display is surrounded by uniform 6.7mm bezels on all sides, which is quite nice and symmetrical. Though the display is an IPS LCD panel, it does a good job of reproducing color and is quite bright at 500 nits of peak brightness. We get Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos support. Now the speaker system on this is phenomenal. The pad has 4 speakers embedded in it that deliver crisp and loud audio. The pad makes for a great device to watch content. The 144Hz refresh rate makes it a great device to play games on as well. Speaking of gaming performance, the pad is powered by the mighty MediaTek Dimensity 9000 chipset, which doesn't let you down at any point. We played Asphalt on max settings and the device didn't show any signs of heating up even through long periods of gaming. Daily tasks such as making documents, using social media or watching videos is a breeze for this device. And the performance of the pad is strong no matter what you throw at it. There's 2 storage variants available, the 8GB 128GB and the 12GB 256GB. You can also purchase additional accessories for the pad such as a magnetic keyboard and a stylus. The keyboard has a tiny trackpad that you can use. The only downside of the keyboard is that you can't adjust the angle of the pad once it's attached. The key travel though is extremely nice and the trackpad, despite its size, does a good job. You can even use the keyboard to play games on the device, which is a nice touch. The stylus has touch controls and can be attached magnetically to the pad. It can be used to draw or take notes on the Notes app. The stylus doesn't have functionality throughout the pad, and you might need to download additional apps based on your usage. With time, hopefully, more function would be given to the stylus. The keyboard can be purchased for an additional 8,000 rupees and the stylus for an additional 5,000 rupees, which is on the pricier side of things as per us. The OnePlus Pad runs on Oxygen OS 13.1 based on Android 13. You get an extra dock at the bottom and you can use apps in split screen mode as well, but there is no extra floating window that we see on other pads. We're sure though that with time OnePlus will introduce updates that lend itself to this form factor. Coming to the cameras, the Pad has an 8MP front camera and a 13MP rear camera. The performance of both the cameras are quite average. The 8MP sensor is quite good for video conferencing, which we assume is the intended purpose. The rear camera can take decent photos in sufficient light but struggles with low light performance. The Pad is powered by a massive 9510 mAh battery with 67W fast charging. The battery lasts quite long and the fast charging powers the device up quickly. OnePlus has always been generous with their battery sizes and charging speeds, so we expected nothing less from the Pad. As a first attempt at a Pad, OnePlus has done a solid job. As a multimedia and gaming device, the OnePlus Pad is stellar, though work still needs to be done on making the OS more tab-like. A dedicated SIM card slot, fingerprint scanner, and headphone jack are some things we believe would have elevated the experience of this device. With prices starting at 37,999, the OnePlus Pad is an option worth considering.
Let's take a quick break right now on the Cell Guru Show. When we come back, look, I have so much more to show you. Next up is a review of the Boat Rockerz 551 ANC. Now, on paper, the specs are absolutely off the charts. So these new headphones by Boat have active noise cancellation, 40mm drivers, 100 hours of playback time, 10 hours of listening time with 10 minutes of charge, so nice fast charging, ENX technology for better calling quality, which of course we should really test out. 2 EQ modes are available and the price for this is 3,499. Here's our review.
Boat has made a name for itself in the Indian market for delivering quality products that are pocket-friendly at the same time. With their all-new Rockerz 551 ANC headphones, Boat has attempted to make ANC headphones fairly affordable. But are they any good? Let's have a look. The headphones have a plastic construction which makes them lightweight. The headphones feature buttons for power, ANC, volume controls, and a multifunction button. There is also a Type-C port, but the lack of an aux port is a bit of a throw-off, so you get all your audio needs within quick reach. The headphones are an over-the-ear device and they have decent padding to minimize fatigue. The top of the headphones also have foam padding. The headphones come in stealth black and sage green colors, the latter being our personal favorite. The cups are capable of swiveling around for ease in storing and carrying them around. The headphones use Bluetooth 5.0 for connectivity and have a dual pair feature. You can easily switch between your devices at the press of the multifunction button. We had no trouble connecting the headphones to our devices. You also get voice assistant support for Google Assistant as well as Siri. The audio quality of the headphones isn't top of the line, but they get the job done. They sport 40mm drivers and the sound quality appears to lack in bass, and switching between the two EQ modes doesn't fix the issue. There is a dedicated ANC button that can help you cycle through the normal mode, ANC on mode and the ambient mode. The ANC on these headphones can cut up to 35 decibels of external noise, which is a decent figure. We felt that the ANC was fairly impressive. The ambient mode also feels quite natural and clear. The headphones can get quite loud as well, but there is audio leakage beyond the 80% volume mark. The headphones lack an aux port, so Bluetooth is your only connectivity option. These headphones may not be the best for gaming because of some latency, but if you're a casual gamer, you won't notice it too much. As for music and watching content, these headphones can provide you with a good experience. The calling capabilities and microphone quality of the headphone was impressive for its price. Thanks to fast charging capabilities, The headphones can provide you 10 hours of listening time with a quick 10-minute charge, and on a full charge, they provide you with 100 hours of listening time. Overall, the Boat Rockerz 551 ANC headphones provide you with ease, as all the options you might need to use are accessible right from the headphones. And the ANC is pretty good, along with a long battery life and fast charging capabilities. The headphones lack a little bit of bass, making the audio flat occasionally, but if that's a trade-off you're willing to make, then you can purchase these headphones at a price of 3,499 rupees for a limited period.
Next up is our game review, the Honkai Star Rail, new game by Genshin Impact creators. Epic graphics, great storyline, amazing adventure game, science fiction game with turn-based combat. If you're a hardcore gamer or you're just getting into this kind of game, you've got to try it out. Available for download in the App Store and the Play Store. Play it, it's brilliant.
And I'm no exception.
Honkai Star Rail, the latest title from the renowned developer HoYoverse, proves that they are still at the top of their game in the mobile MOG genre. While the new release retains many elements that made Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact 3rd successful, Honkai Star Rail introduces a turn-based combat system that adds depth and strategy to the gameplay.
Wait, stop it! They're awake!
Players take on the role of a trailblazer with a mysterious past, joining the Astral Express on a quest to prevent powerful artifacts called Stellaron from destroying entire worlds. The game features a variety of unique characters and an expansive story that will keep players engaged. The game's world is somewhat limited, but unique puzzles and challenges make up for it.
You have the worst luck running into me.
Combat relies heavily on the weakness system, similar to Genshin Impact's elemental types. Characters have special out-of-combat techniques that help to prepare for upcoming battles, emphasizing strategic party composition. Honkai Star Rail also excels in the graphics and audio department, showcasing stunning visuals and captivating cinematic cutscenes that immerse players in the game's universe.
Herta's collection. I really don't get why she'd go out of her way to collect them and then leave them here to gather dust.
The character models are detailed and expressive, while the environments are beautifully crafted, providing a rich atmosphere for exploration. The ultimate abilities of characters are accompanied by breathtaking cutscenes that add to the overall visual experience.
It's the Antimatter Legion. So these crazy
In terms of audio, the game features an outstanding background soundtrack that sets the tone for each area and event. Enhancing the emotional impact of pivotal story moments. The voice acting is top-notch, with well-delivered lines that breathe life into the characters and their interactions. Unfortunately, character progressions is tied to gacha rolls, making it tempting for players to spend money on acquiring and leveling up characters.
Rules are made to be broken!
However, the game still offers plenty of content for free players. With a focus on story, puzzles, and turn-based strategy, Honkai Star Rail delivers an engaging experience for both veteran HoYoverse fans and newcomers alike.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
If you can't resist the allure of the gacha system, this free-to-play gem is definitely worth a try.
Let's go.
That then was the Cell Guru Show for this week with me, Rajiv Makni.